here. That should get me started. That would probably explain the Facebook Live from yesterday. Yesterday. Not Facebook Live, but YouTube Live when we worked yesterday. Want to say again, good morning to you. Thank you so much for tuning in. 22 minutes past 8 o'clock. I'll be with you very short here on this, whatever day this is. Is this Wednesday already? I tell you, time be flying. Wednesday the 16th of July. I think I looked at it. Let me just double check here. I think I haven't updated that. So let me let me update this. Oh, let me share the Facebook Live video first. I'm doing multiple things at one time, and that's not what we need to do. I need to go here. I need to click share. I'm not going to highlight today. Yesterday we had chicken pastry and baked chicken and yams and cabbage and some other stuff. The diner. So on Tuesdays, we're doing some Soul Food Tuesdays as well. So we're going to have soul food on Mondays and Tuesdays. I mean, not Mondays and Tuesdays, but Sundays and Tuesdays there at the diner. And if that is more and more the line of food that folks are enjoying, we will continue to expand upon that on our daily menu. But some good old chicken pastry and some green beans, I think, was up there. Some yams, some cabbage, baked chicken. Again, what was it? I tell you, we had that. Yeah, okay. I'm about to call it pasta, but chicken pastry is what it is. So we had that. I hadn't updated you on the list of candidates who are running in the local races here in the October municipal election. I forget what date it was. October the 7th is municipal election here in Rocky Mount, North Carolina. And so who is running there is, it's easy for me to go to Nash because Nash will have everything. For Ward 2, Councilman Reuben Blackwell has filed for re-election. For Ward 3, Timothy Barnes, we'll say Tim Barnes. We'll use these right here. Here we go. Tim Barnes, Carl Revis, Bronson Williams, Nailing Richardson, Xavier Jones, and Crystal Wimes Anderson, all running for Ward 3. And for Ward 6, Tom Harris. So that is what it appears to be who have filed thus far in the Rocky Mount City Council elections. Again, recapping: Ward 2, Reuben Blackwell; Ward 3, Tim Barnes, Carl Revis, Bronson Williams, Nailing Richardson, Xavier Jones, and Krista Wimes Anderson have all filed, and Tom Harris have filed for and seeking re-election there as well. It looks like Durham area will have two people challenging him. Leo Williams has had two people running against him in that seat. Okay. 252-407-8432. That's 252-407-8432 is the number call to participate in today's conversation. That's interesting. So I just got an email from somebody wanting to use a call sign Wncr-Tv on their AM station in Ohio and needing my permission to do so. Yeah. Let's see here. What else we got going on in Rocky Mount, North Carolina? Oh, I meant to get a thing. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I got to run out to the car real quick. So what I'm going to do is I will have 30 seconds. Nope. About yeah, that is about a minute. Okay. I'm going to dash to the car in a minute and run back in here. How about this? Here we go.
The trained staff at Promised Land Child Care Center is dedicated to nurturing the growth and development of your children in a safe, caring environment. We are open 24/7 with affordable pricing on full, part-time, and drop-in care. Call Promised Land Child Care today or visit us online to learn more.
ALB Building Company is a full-service general contractor. Big or small, they can handle it all. Renovations, additions, or new construction. Think ALB Building Company. We're available at 919-803-4911. That's 919-803-4911. We're ready to transform your vision into reality. ALB Building Company, 919-803-4911.
Greetings, beloved. I'm Pastor J.T. Worthy of the St. James Missionary Baptist Church of Rocky Mount. Tune in each Saturday morning at 9 a.m. for the word, worship, and witness of the St. James Church in our Great Awakenings broadcast, right here on Wncr-Tv.
And now I'm out of breath. Go figure. Anyway, so what I forgot, not what I forgot, but I guess I did forget it in the car, but make sure. And what is it? Okay. So the Community Development Center community event is going to happen at 130 South Franklin Street in Rocky Mount in the back parking lot. So it's going to be this Saturday from 10 a.m. until 1 p.m. They're going to have music, bouncing houses, games for the kids, free hot dogs, and drinks. Food truck vendors, police and fire department, community resources, and giveaways come out for a day of fun, food, and family. You can contact this number here, 252-350-8320. That's 252-350-8320 is the number. Again, it's going to be this Saturday, July the 19th, from 10 a.m. until 1 p.m. Music, bouncing houses, games for the kids, free hot dogs and drinks, food vendors, police and fire department will be present, and community resources and giveaways. Again, it's sponsored by the Community Development Center. It's going to be the community event at 130 South Franklin Street in Rocky Mount. So that is the building where Mayor Sandy Robinson's building is where that's going to be on this day. It's being brought to you by Miss Georgia Lynch, who's the CEO of that organization. I found out a lot about the organization the other day when I got some food from Pops, and I delivered it. Sometimes I'd be a little delivery man, and so learning about some of the things that they do to provide resources to people in the community through the Community Development Center. And been around for a long time. And so good stuff for what Ms. Georgia Lynch is doing. Oh, hold on. Today is Wednesday. Hold on. Today is Wednesday. So let me do this as we'll be right back. Oh, wrong thing. I didn't mean to do that. I changed my background. Ain't that something? Okay, and so back here on Wncr-Tv Now, as we continue to talk about things impacting our state, our city, and our nation. Again, today is Wednesday, the 16th. The 16th, of course, today we got Eki here in the studio this morning as well. So I made 2 dashes. Let me know he's still going to the gym. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Got to start going to the gym. But anyway, let me see who's on thus far this morning, as Egg is getting prepared to give us some weekly joy this morning. I want to say good morning to Betty Archambault, Gwendolyn Swain, Deborah Gunter, Allison Williams, Vernice Harris, Irma Maxwell, and Gloria Brake. Thank you all for tuning in to WNCR TV Now. And now I want to say good morning to Eki. How are you this morning?
Well, happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday to you.
It's the dash of a Wednesday.
It is.
Right?
It is.
So I usually walk here, but today I was like, why am I driving? I don't know. So then I text someone, happy Tuesday. I'm like, I know it's Wednesday.
Okay.
Just being transparent with y'all.
Gotcha.
How y'all doing and feeling? Hope everyone is doing well. How are you?
I'm doing well as well.
Good.
I appreciate you coming out to the WNCR TV meet and greet.
Oh, that was special.
Now, I didn't get to hear your words. I was back there in the kitchen working. What did you talk about? Share with us.
Giving each other grace. I
Okay.
dropped a little something.
Okay.
Yeah, a little
Okay.
something. So thank you.
Nice indeed. Nice indeed. So what do you have for us today?
Oh, happy Wednesday. What do I have for y'all today? Again, great to see you all who are tuning in. Share it out with your family and friends. So I have a great word for you all today. Do we remember our word from last week? It's okay. I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
That's all right. Last week we talked about finding joy through calmness.
That is what we talked about. Yeah.
3 quick reminders. Calmness is a choice. Calmness brings clarity. And calmness, energy is contagious. So that's what we talked about last week. And this week, let's talk about finding joy when feeling overwhelmed. I'm giving y'all transparency. This one is for me. Finding joy, and I hope it resonates with you all as well. Finding joy when feeling overwhelmed. So let us get into it. Core message: overwhelm can feel like too much at once, but please know that joy can be present in that. So we're going to explore how joy is present in feeling overwhelmed. Sometimes what overwhelms you is actually a blessing. And let's see what that is. So you may be busy. I'm going to give you a different perspective. You may be busy while others are bored. They have nothing to do. You may feel pressure while someone else sees purpose in that space. You may be overwhelmed, but also what I like to call myself is overwhelmingly happy. Overwhelming happy, blessed with to have so much to do. And while I thought about the word overwhelmed, always want to plug in, even through that, there's a space for gratitude in it. And when you have gratitude in that space, gratitude helps shift your focus from overwhelmed or stress to joy. You're like, oh, wow, okay, I'm here. So you always remember you don't have to do it all. Just breathe and take it one step at a time. As I was working on this, and I don't know the scripture, okay, so y'all could tell me in the comments what the scripture is. I know in King Solomon, he talks about chasing the wind and in the space of doing too much, with throwing out there. So I feel that at times we overwhelm ourselves and it's not that deep. So everything is important, and then it's not that important at the same time. So give yourself grace. Yeah?
Absolutely.
A reflection question for you all, and also for you, Bronson, is what's one thing that felt overwhelming this week, but you're still grateful for it? I'll come back to that.
Okay.
Right? 3 simple, gentle reminders. You don't have to do it all today, right? You're not a machine. Overwhelm is a sign to pause, not to push harder. Pause, not to push harder. And again, we said gratitude shifts the view, and look for the light. Look for the light in it. So I'm going to get back to that question. What's one thing that felt overwhelming this week, but you're still grateful for it?
Back to me?
Yes, back to you.
Back to me.
And y'all can let me know in the comments.
So I think what it was, it just happened recently. It was me running down that hallway. Coming back up here.
You did it.
And then trying to sound like I went out of breath. Yes, sir. I think I had a good recovery. I don't know. Somebody said, that was great.
That was a dash. That was a good dash.
I did it twice. I did it right before because I just got this out of the car, right? And then I saw yours get called. So I did it twice. It lets me know, hey, I need to get in the gym for sure. But that was, so for the most part.
What are you grateful for?
Grateful for the ability to do it. Right?
Come on, Legs.
The ability to, hello.
Come on, buddy.
So
yes.
the ability to do it, and so also as an indicator, hey, you got some stuff you need to do. Okay.
Great way. Thank you for sharing.
Absolutely.
For myself, it was, you guys know, plug in on August 16th. We're doing the Joy of Fashion.
I saw that
fashion show here. It just got. I'm getting loud. I'm
you can cite it, yeah.
So that was overwhelming because it was like, we had to get it approved. And it got approved. So let's rock on. I want to see y'all August 16th on Howard Street for the Joy of Fashion. And I'll be posting all over. So that's something that got overwhelmed. But the gratefulness, it got approved, which I was told, don't worry, we just got to go through the process. So my closing thoughts today, and for those who just joined in, we're talking about finding joy through being overwhelmed, knowing you can pause. You don't have to do it all. Find a gratitude in that. So you're not behind. You're growing. There's joy in the middle of it all, and even in now, just like Bronson shared. There's gratitude in now. Affirmations. I breathe through the overwhelm. I find gratitude in the now. and I welcome joy even here. Thank you so much.
Good stuff, because I had to breathe through that a few moments ago.
We did it. We did it. Continue on. I appreciate
That's
you.
crazy. I was reading this little thing like the community joy. I was reading this. Let me like, all right, Brian, let me talk this. Like, I had to catch my breath. Thank you much.
Thank
Appreciate you.
You have a wonderful day.
And let me read this again. So this is how I normally would have read it, okay? The Community Development Corporation, 130 South Franklin Street in Rocky Mount, is having an event in their back parking lot. So it's asking me to join this Saturday, July the 19th from 10 a.m. until 1 p.m. It's going to be music, bouncy house, game for the kids, free hot dogs and drinks, food, vendor trucks, police and the fire department, community resources, and giveaways. Inviting everyone to come out for a day of fun and family. For more information, you can contact, I guess that's going to be Miss Georgia Lynch, and that number is 252-350-8320. That's 252-350-8320. Again, it's brought to you by the Community Development Center. It's their community event this Saturday, July the 19th. So looking forward to seeing everybody there. Unfortunately, I won't be there this Saturday because this Saturday we'll be knocking on doors in Ward 3, but I did let Ms. Georgia Lynch know that as well. So I want to thank Eke for coming by this morning. Good morning also to Gwendolyn Swain, Evelyn Johnson, Lorraine Pitts, DJ Michael Peoples. Good morning also to Alice Bailey, Alice Hunt Davis. Overwhelmed by making a final choice when your conscience tell you to do something else. Good morning also to Lucy Boyer. Thank you for tuning in to Wncr-Tv Now as we continue to talk about things impacting our state, our city, and our nation. Thank those individuals who shared. Deborah Gunter, Allison Williams, Diversified Ministries of Glory. And of course, myself. I shared it on Facebook Live this morning as well. So again, thank you all for tuning in to Wncr-Tv Now. If you know, I ordered a couple of things off Tumo, and so those things are supposed to be arriving today, tomorrow, and the next day. And so looking forward to all of this stuff that's supposed to come in. All of this stuff. What am I looking for here? Oh, of course, they made a second. That's all I was looking for. Let me see if that's in here. They made a second arrest in that Rocky Mount PD. Yep. Nope. I can't remember what it is. Let's just look for this. That was the yesterday. I think we talked about that one. Yeah, Bernard Smith was charged, and I think they made another arrest in that case as well. But nevertheless, the Rocky Mount Police Department is working hard on solving crimes. I will say that, and we talked about it yesterday with the support of the Rocky Mount City Council over the years that they're able to do that. You know, I was talking to some people on the street. I used to live on Hargrove Street, and so I was talking to them on yesterday afternoon, sitting outside chilling, pull up and have a conversation with them. I said, do you feel safe at this house? And their exact response to me was, yeah. I said, I live here. I'm going to die here at the end of the day. And so it is, it oftentimes people from outside of communities will attempt to tell people how they should feel versus finding out how they actually feel. And so oftentimes you can instoke this belief of fear. You can instoke this belief of overwhelmness, as she just talked about a few moments ago, or any type of fears in individuals, which people really don't think about consistently. But you can talk about it so much that you're then exposed and it becomes a heightened reality of something that wasn't even worrying you before. I don't believe that we have time for instoking this manufactured fear. Does Rocky Mount have issues with criminal activity? Sure it does, just like any other community. Are most of the people that are victims to crimes despite property crimes, it's known times it's not a direct targeted situation or relationship thing. But oftentimes those things that are dealing with murder or really aggravated assault are generally issues amongst a circle of people who know each other. People are not randomly getting out here and saying, hey, I'm going to cause bodily harm to this person or that person. We don't live in a city like that. And I'm thankful that we don't. Now, do we have issues with young folks and maybe older folks not knowing how to deal with conflict resolution? Sure. Do we not know how to talk about situations when we should? Absolutely. Me, I'm saying let's engage in conversation. So that's just, and I knew I felt that way, and so I'm like, well, let me make sure that I'm just not overly confident in where I live, that I'm not overly confident in walking down Branch, Clark Street, Tyann Street, or Berkshire Community, or Brown Acres, and etc. That I am, maybe something wrong with me, and I go to find out, no, my neighbors are the same way. Do shot spotters exist in our community because you hear gunfire? Absolutely. Absolutely you do. What do you do about that? How many classes can we have? How many things can we have about responsible gun ownership? I mean, that's where the real issue is. I guess people think that you can shoot a bullet in the air just for funs and kicks and giggles, and that bullet is just going to magically disappear once it leave that chamber. It doesn't work like that. Whether you shoot it up in the air, it's coming down. I remember leaving church one New Year's night, and because people were shooting celebratory gunfire, I'm driving down Westmount, and a bullet hits the windshield of my car from going up in the air and coming straight down. So you can tell it wasn't a horizontal shot. It was a shot from the bullet falling back down to the ground. Irresponsible gun ownership. That's just what that is. And of course, in that part of where church is, Cedar Grove Missionary Baptist Church, which you're invited this Sunday, and every Sunday for that matter, except 5th, because we don't have service, but at 2932 South Halifax Road at 9 a.m. We basically have different speakers every Sunday. But anyway, in the county, you're not getting a citation for discharge of firearm in city limits because it's not the city limits. And so that happened, a couple of years ago. And so that was a thing that caused me to have to fix that. Good morning also to James Bullock. Thank you for tuning in to Wncr-Tv Now. As again, we continue to talk about things impacting our state, our city, and our nation. How do you deal with responsible gun ownership without people feeling as though they're trying to take my guns? No, we want you to be a gun carrying individual when you want to have it, but be responsible at the same time. Be responsible at the same time. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Brunson.
Good morning.
I was thinking the other day, Ward 3 is so large. Why don't they have 2 councilmen for that ward?
It's large geographically, perhaps, but population-wise is the same as all the rest of the city.
Okay.
Yeah,
I can see that there. Okay.
So the dealers just got to get you got to get housing developments happening in Ward 3. I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff you can do to reduce its geographical footprint. But again, the same count. Every council has to represent the same amount of people, which is roughly about 7,500 people.
Okay. It just came across, and I was like, perhaps they should get, 2 councilmen for it, and or woman, and perhaps with all the needs that is over there, it could be a little bit more improved quicker. But anyway, that was just a thought. Thank you.
Thank you. I think that the quickness of Ward 3's improvement is going to have an advocate who will advocate strongly for some of the issues that Ward 3 finds as their most top priority. I think too often you would have people go to Ward 3 and would say, this is what Ward 3 should have, and never open up their mouth to no more than one or two people in the ward and believe that this is what it is. I personally think that, i.e., that we have the Southeast Rocky Mountain meetings and other things that we're doing there, that those conversations would spear what direction people want to go in themselves, where they have ownership and their input, which is critical, to really making that community what it truly can be. Because at the end of the day, doing something to a person, you have virtually no support, but doing something with a person, you have complete support. And so I think if we start embracing that type of process on, hey, we understand the needs are different from a Berkshire to a Brown Acres to a Southeast Rocky Mount to a South Acres, and et cetera, right? And so I believe you got to have an advocate on council who will hopefully be able to inspire other council members, including all six of them, not just three, but six other councilmen, to say, I think he has a point. When we look at the rest of the city and that this needs to be our priority. That we need to work on targeted redevelopment in communities, because as Ward 3 grows, so does Ward 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, and et cetera, and 1. And I think that is the deliberate conversation that should be had in the upcoming months and years to really offer some great support and growth in the community. And when you, I guess, get into other things that people can be a part of to help move the community forward, there are various number of boards and commissions that exist within the city of Rocky Mount, which I'm on the redevelopment commission. And, we're doing things even at this very moment to deal with blight in our community and doing assessments of 7 blighted areas in our community. I think I mentioned that before on the airways, and hopefully that will have council support, first of all, planning board support, then council support to certify those areas as areas of, and again, by general statute, it's the word blight, but perhaps in communication and community, we find some other terminology to deal with it. But surveying those areas, or certifying, should I say, those areas, so that you can have all the tools available for the redevelopment commission to enforce the desires and the wants of the citizens in the community. Because what I can tell you is the establishment of general government or city government has always understood that it is not those 8 folk who are elected by the people to do everything in the city. This is why but I will say this, boards and commissions have to be allowed to do what they were mandated or organized to do. You cannot have a group of people who volunteer their time, their efforts, and their brain power, and et cetera, and dismiss any organization that is a part of the city of Rocky Mount. The city council established them from the 60s when it came to the redevelopment commission to the most recent one with the Workforce Housing Advisory Board. All of those input chambers should be valued by city staff and city council members. And I'm not saying that to say they're not. I'm just saying that to say that is hopefully what the intent of those organizations were. And so they should be using and having the full support of council, because that is the only way those organizations can do what they're supposed to do as duly authorized and created by council, either by council's own or by a state general statute requirement to create such, or option to create such, I say. Even the creation of a police department. I mean, that is totally up to the purview of a city. They could disband a police department immediately if they wanted to. And any other thing. So the strength and powers are there. But, so I think it's about engaging in it. And I do that. And I think that is how I'm mostly, not completely, but mostly in tune with Award 3, because there's always room for growth. Anybody who thinks they have it all is just insane. Okay, just insane. Is what I would tell you. 9 more minutes before I get up out of here. 252-407-8432. That's 252-407-8432. That is the number to participate in today's conversation as we talk about things impacting our state, our city, and our nation this morning. What else has happened? I think the state auditor was at the Rocky Mount Event Center on yesterday with something in connection. I think it was with the Chamber of Commerce, or I don't remember right now. But that happened on yesterday. I think I mentioned that Pastor James Galliard is setting to run for Senate District 11 seat, currently represented by Lisa Barnes. Of course, you also recognized yesterday that Lisa Barnes made the announcement her husband passed away this past weekend. Hey, caller, good morning.
Mr. Bronson, right there at Raleigh Boulevard where they're putting the new fire station, I noticed that they have blinking lights there. Are they going to remove the current stoplight and put it where the blinking lights are? Or what's going on?
I don't know. I saw that too. I have no idea. I don't.
Because the current stoplight is right there at the fire department, and if they move it back, and you have traffic there that has stopped, if the fire engines need to get out, they're not going to be able to. So I was just curious as to what their plans are. And what I would like to see in the downtown area, Rocky Mount, over here on Atlantic Avenue, as they are deciding to build a motel and a parking deck, I wish they would put a service station somewhere down there.
Yeah. I've always said that. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, I've always said that recruiting some type of gas location, and there's not one. But
because you have to drive so far from where I live in either direction to get, gasoline.
From the fuel dock or either on Fairview Road.
So it would be wise for them to do that. And then the courthouse is going to be right down here. So, I mean, the planning is there. They just need to implement some more things. And I know if I see it, somebody else see it. And it's just needed, period. In fact, I would go as far to say that Rocky Mount needs to brighten the area up. You go out late at night, it's a dark city. Have you noticed that?
Well, in certain areas it is dark. But
dark.
Yeah, in certain areas.
It is dark. And I don't know how they would lighten it up. But it is. You go out late at night, and I'm gonna tell you, it's dark. Yeah. I know I had gotten sick once and went over to the hospital in the wee hours of the morning, and I was like, "Gosh, it is so frightening." But I just wish it was something that they could do to brighten it up, because it's like a ghost town at night. You're looking all around, thinking somebody's going to jump out at you. But anyway, I was just thinking about the traffic light there and hoping and doing all the planning. They do plan to put a service station in this area. Thank you.
Absolutely. 252-407-8432. That's 252-407-8432. Trying to even figure out where the sighting of a gas station could be. I don't know, but I know I get it. I get the need for one for sure. It's just the question as to where would you plant it, I guess, would be the thing. Well, one place, if he would agree, would be where Mr. Shahidi has the antique furniture place. So right behind, he had an old shop there that used to be an automotive shop when I talked to him the other day. And so where he sells U-Hauls at right now. He certainly probably could Or another place is where the old Jeff's Furniture Store used to be at. That's a plot of land right now. So there's a couple of pieces of spots that as I'm trying to visually drive through that area of Rocky Mount and think about where things could be said. So yeah, the old Jeff's Furniture Store, that was a corner lot, which would make it accessible on both directions of traffic. Hey, caller, good morning.
What about the old bus station?
The who?
The old Trailway bus station?
Oh, he wants to do something else with that. Little restaurants and things like that. He's working on that situation.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
But what about the corner of East Grand, right there where that yellow house is at? East Grand and Atlantic.
I'm on Atlantic. Go to East Grand. Drawing a blank of a yellow house.
It's a beautiful little beige house sitting on the corner across from the upholstery shop.
Is it a vacant land, or is a house already there?
Yeah, tear that down and put something there.
But we got a lot of vacant land. I'm looking at vacant land locations, like the old Jeff's Furniture Store, because we need housing, right? If you said it was a beautiful house, we said I don't want to tear down no beautiful house either. So you said that, nah. So let's figure out.
No, I'm talking about the space where the little yellow house is at, where nobody has lived for years.
Okay, I ride by what you're talking about, but yeah, it's just recruiting, some gas station company that would be willing to park one there. I think they have to probably get the latest traffic counts of how many cars and vehicles are going through that particular road and justifying the need for one. But I think there's an adamant need when you look at the traffic from how many people work at City Hall to how many people visit that area. I just think that it would make a whole bunch of sense to do it. I tried to get somebody to do a 7-Eleven one time because if you're a veteran, 7-Eleven has a program that helps veterans with financing for a gas station. But we shall see.
And right there at Huck, there's some vacant land there before you get to the railroad trail. Do you pass? Yeah. It's someplace longer for
Oh, yeah, where houses are right there. Yeah, right down the corner. Yep. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, so all the enemy close proximity to the event center. So you got all those people who are coming that might be looking for gas as well as. So, I think it would be just a crazy money making opportunity and a job situation for folk as well. And
right there where the Bell Boston place is, what they gonna put there? That's a lot of vacant land right there.
So right now they're parking right now, and so that's dealing with some water drainage with a ditch back there that goes to that thing.
Infrastructure. They talk about infrastructure. They can go and kill two birds with one stone.
Oh, who?
That would be the ideal spot right there.
The where?
Right there where the Bell's Bonds place is. It used to be a flower shop.
Oh, right there. Yeah, the city just bought that land. They bought that land from Mr. Otis. Yeah, that would be a great spot for a gas station. Absolutely, the perfect spot. You're absolutely right. The land is already cleared with the exception of that building, if you level the building down. Yeah, that would be perfect. Thomas and that's Atlantic too, right? Thomas Atlantic.
And Atlantic, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That would be good. And again, the city has the ownership of it. They can try to recruit the people say city should be in development business, but if developers ain't in development business, somebody got to be in development business, right? So absolutely, I hear you 100%. But look, my time is out. I'm off TV. Appreciate you.
See you back.
All right, we'll take care. We'll see you next time on Wncr-Tv Now to talk about things impacting our state, our city, and our nation. Make it a great and fantastic Wednesday. And don't forget to check out Pops from 11 till